There we are. We're live.
It's showtime.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh boy.
Let's see. What's today,
It's
Daphne?
it's Monday. It's
It's
Monday. One of
Monday.
the Mondays. One of the many Mondays. What is it?
Monday, March 28th,
Oh, that specific Monday.
2022. And we are the Ragin 2, and this is our vlogs. And here is our intro. Debatable, but yeah, we still love RJ over there.
Everybody's podcast is their favorite, so that's kind of how it works,
I'm
right?
partial.
We're partial to ours, there. Yes. So good morning, Nita. Good morning, everybody. It's another Monday, another week of everything that we need to do. We're all keeping busy, trying to stay off the streets. So welcome everybody watching. Welcome everybody in the chat. Congratulations to Mike Jimmy for getting through a convention and almost selling out of all his books. Congratulations on that. I guess that means that kind of like the convention scene is kind of getting back to normal, whatever normal is. But normal for us should be selling out our books. So that's always a good thing. So congratulations with that. So let's get this show on the road. Shall we have a lot to talk about today?
What?
I know. It's like, so hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for my funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which Volume 4 will be premiering on Kickstarter mid-year, so mid-2022, so watch out for that. And I am currently also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, now entering its third week on Kickstarter, and we got some stuff to talk about that, so stay tuned. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage Art. And if you are joining us from Facebook, from Twitter, from any place else you might have seen our links, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get notified whenever any of our streams go live so you don't miss a thing. Like, we have a full week, a full schedule, and a full week. You'll find something you'll enjoy. So subscribe to our channel. And Nita, who are you to the peoples?
I am Nita Lanning. I am a writer, a vlogger, a blogger, a sometimes dirty poet. I am the CEO and executive producer of the Ragin 2 Broadcast Network. Wow, look at all these sexy people showing up.
Okay, yeah, really. No, and speaking of sexy and dirty poetry, so we want to thank everybody who showed up for Saturday's House of Bob premiere. Thank you very much. We had a really good time.
Russian showed up and no sex bots. I'm so confused.
It's amazing. Yeah, I know. You would think that the adult content label would have dragged no, not at all.
Not even one.
Not even one.
I was lonely.
And we managed to stay on the air in spite of some of the artwork that I was showing. So thank you so much for everybody who supported that first show. It was a lot of fun. Got work done. We had some really interesting conversation. I showed off some sneak peeks of some of a project that also current, one of the many projects I'm currently working on. But this was the first time that, well, actually, technically the second time if you count the preview that I showed on Facebook. This is the first time that I actually showed what kind of is going on with that book. So catch the replay if you gotta log in and verify your age to do it. But please catch that on the replay. It was a lot of fun. And also, just to tell everybody, during that show, I had a special. A House of Bob special on my store, where if you go to my store and you buy the yearbook, which is the clean version of House of Bob, I will toss in the Kickstarter uncensored version of House of Bob with that order, including the exclusive Kickstarter print that came with it and the House of Bob sticker. So I only have 3 of those sets left. So if you're interested in taking up the House of Bob offer, go ahead on my store. I have 3 of those sets, complete sets left. So on that, so thank you again for everybody showing up for that. I am currently going to keep it once a month because boy, did I have a hard time waking up the next morning. It's like it's amazing what being up 2 hours after my bedtime will do to my circadian rhythm. So for right now, it's going to be once a month. We will announce when the next episode will happen too. So I guess let's go through our regular housekeeping. So long shots. So let's talk about long shots. So yes, 7 publishers, 9 books, 1 big deal, the ultimate introduction to the independent comic scene today in crowdfunding. You are guaranteed to find the book, your next favorite book, if not all of them, in this campaign. It's 9 books for $25. There is no other campaign that gives you this much value for about 250 pages worth of content of every genre that you can think of in this one campaign. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the chat, there are 2 links there. If you wanted a clarification of the story that brought you long shots, that made it necessary for us to bring you long shots, the videos are in the chat right now. We don't, it's like we're not the type of show where we want to talk about drama or we want to get into drama. But the thing is, though, is that it was drama that brought this campaign to life, that made it necessary to bring this campaign to life.
Right. And
we're at a point now that we no longer kind of have to pussyfoot around it. So if you want to know the long, sordid story of what made long shots necessary, go watch those 2 videos in the chat. Of course, I was about to say right now, but no, don't watch it right now.
No,
just
not it.
Watch it. Oh, go ahead.
While we're at that, I really want to thank the guys over at Black Rose Comics and Dojo Con.
Oh, yes. Thank you yes. Because let's just say it was nice to be vindicated that something was happening to us and that we weren't losing our minds. We weren't crazy, and this just helped solidify what we were suspecting all along. And now we know for sure. And now it's like it's all about spreading this information and it's like, and support long shots while you're at it, because this helps the creators that were affected by what turned out to be a completely fraudulent deal. But you get these excellent books as a result. So this is not a pity fuck campaign. You're not.
No.
This is absolutely not. You are getting 9 quality books in this campaign. You know, it's like, I don't know how much I mean, it's like, look, you get Tall Tales, you get the Oswald Chronicles, my first day story, the first time it's in color.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
it's
exciting.
like so everything is at so support this campaign, watch those videos, it'll all make sense in the end. All the weirdness that I know all of you were kind of seeing and not understanding what was going on, it will all make sense.
We're free now, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Oswald, the Oswald Chronicles is now on Kickstarter, now a project we love. 22 days to go. I like to thank all the 65 backers who have backed so far. If you've never heard of the Oswald Chronicles, this is the best campaign for you to jump on to learn about our little magical mouse. It's a brand new story arc, and this is the first 2 issues of a 4-issue limited series. So you can jump on this campaign, start it from the beginning. We also have the Volume 1 trade paperback available as an add-on, so you can really start from the beginning. So you can say that this campaign for the Oswald Chronicles is very beginner friendly. So check out the Oswald Chronicles on Kickstarter. Links in the show notes and in the chat.
Do you want me to run through the cards and circle back to Ego Raven?
Yeah, let's do Eagle Raven last because I got a little. Right, so of course, crowdfunding season. We're all fulfilling right now. So, and if you're not fulfilling now, you will be fulfilling and you will need those Gemini mailers. So save 5% on your next Gemini mailer with our coupon code Ragin2. Save that money. At least, at least it'll pay for shipping. So, anything in this economy, Gemini mailers in this economy, absolutely save 5% with our coupon code. And if you have any questions, comments, and any suggestions for any topics you want to talk about, you can email us at raginabc@gmail.com. I mean, just, even if it's just to compliment us or, I don't know,
insult us too. I don't care.
It's like, say we're a couple of bitches too, and we'll be like, we know. Thank you for watching. So you can do that through email, raginabc@gmail.com. But also, there's us. So if you want to catch us later on the replay, you can catch us live again on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So yes, and so like I said, Eagle Raven is now entering its 3rd week. So if you want to show the card for the campaign,
I'll show the card. I'm gonna let you share the screen so you can control the page.
Right, exactly. So
Yow.
Right, so Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issues 1 through 4, plus the prequel story on Kickstarter. All these campaigns, all these crowdfunders. So let's see. Oh, here we go. So you can. So it's on it's on Kickstarter now. Another project we love. We're collecting all the Project We Love badges between me and JD. So like I said, we're just entering our 3rd week. And I just want to I'm bringing up the campaign now just to show. Okay, there we go. So I want to thank all 118 backers. We have 16 days to go. We are so close to unlocking the third trading card stretch goal. We still have the sticker to unlock, and we still have the 8-page short that I will add to the book once we hit 6,000. Can we hit 6,000 in 16 days? I don't know. Let's find out together, shall we? It's an 8-page story that debuts my Tales from the Outer Kingdoms short story collection. It's all the little short stories that expand on the Eagle Raven world, but doesn't quite fit in with the main 15 issues. So I'm planning on collecting all these shorts, but let's kind of start getting them out now as stretch goals. This is going to be the first one. So if we hit 6,000, 8 pages, the first 8-page story gets added to the issue 4. And by the way, if for some reason I have to reprint issue 4 after this campaign, that story will not appear in those subsequent printings. This short story will be exclusive to the Eagle Raven campaign for issue 4. Whatever is ordered, whatever is pledged for, that's what's going to get ordered. And yeah, that and it's going to be just in whatever I print to fulfill this campaign. Anything printed after this campaign, after that initial run, that story will not appear in it. So if you want to see this 8-page story, you have to pledge to this campaign. Now, speaking of exclusives to this campaign, now let me just give this a little refresh. Like I said, we're just entering. Okay, there we go. We're just entering the 3rd week. We have 16 days to go. So, what perfect time to debut another exclusive than today? And that exclusive is a variant cover, a new variant cover. I commissioned up-and-coming artist Jaden Lanning, all relations to our fearless leader. I commissioned her to do an Eagle Raven variant cover, and holy crap, she did not disappoint. There was like not even the option for disappointment in this image. Look at how gorgeous these covers are. So these covers are the new add-on. They are available right now on the campaign. So you have 3 options for this cover. You have the regular version, you have the Virgin variant, and you have the rainbow holo cover variant. They're absolutely, I am so excited for this cover. I was just so excited when I got it. It's like, it's everything and more that I was expecting. So what better way to show this off than on this gorgeous set?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, really. It's like, look, I'm going to print a poster of this and put, and hang it up in the office once I have everything all nice and painted and redone.
I may not be smart, but I gave birth to a genius.
So yes, so it's available as an add-on individually. There you go. Individually and as a set. So you can get all 3 if you want. You can get your favorite individual ones if you want. And and like I said, it's exclusive. I am only printing to order. Whatever is purchased on this campaign, that's all I'm printing. If you're thinking that, I'll wait until after the campaign to see if I have extras, that's not happening. It's like that. This is it. If you want this cover, you have to purchase it on this campaign. So, so we figure we start the week off like just gangbusters with this. So brand new variant cover on the Eagle Raven issue 4 campaign. So limited to what's ordered during the campaign. This is your one and only time to get these. So that's what's new for the campaign. Oh, but also one more thing too. If you have pledged to Eagle Raven, or you have yet to pledge for Eagle Raven, there is a new link in the chat that's going to take you to Rob Multari's Nightwolf. Here's the thing. So we did a crossover print the last time he did his campaign. Eagle Raven, Snowpaw, very popular print. We're doing it again. So if you pledge to this campaign and you're looking to pledge to Nightwolf when it comes out, there is a new Eagle Raven Nightwolf crossover campaign that you will be able to get, but you have to pledge to both of our campaigns in order to get this. And I just finished this yesterday. I'm very excited for it. And this is what you're going to be getting if you support both of our campaigns. Hit that button, Nita. Show the peoples the this. You will be getting this print, this crossover print. Holy crap, this is probably one of my best pieces so far, as of yet. Support both our campaigns. And Rob Multari on the Nightwolf campaign will give you instructions on how you can get this crossover print added to your pledge. Well, like I said,
something that needs to be a poster.
It really does. It really does. So, and you can say that this is also the campaign debut of Disaster Son Loki, Facebook favorite, specifically asked for. You don't have to ask me twice. So yes, if you want this print, support Eagle Raven, support Nightwolf. Link is in the chat, and you will get this print added to your order. So, was that exciting or what, Nita?
So much excitement. I'm overstimulated now.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on this week. A lot going on.
So much.
Yeah, so much. I mean, it's like, yeah, so we have 16 days to go on the Eagle Raven campaign. So please support all of our, just all the campaigns that we're showing right now.
Baby's first cover.
Yeah, baby's first cover. That's right. Absolutely. So, Nita, you have any housekeeping on your end?
No, not really. Like, we've got a new show coming up on April 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern, Sketchy Saturdays. Mike, Jimmy, and Marv V will be there. They will be your host. Wednesday.
Oh,
okay. Speaking of network and drama and everything, if you guys are ready to hear our guys' side of the story, we're finally ready to go public. Randy Zimmerman will be hosting Zimcast at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is the 30th, I believe, because I don't have the right calendar up.
Oh, okay.
That another time.
Wednesday. Yeah, it's that Wednesday 30th.
And it's our turn to talk.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because like I said, we're not drama people, so it's like that's not the point of our shows and whatnot. It's like we just like to come on, have a good time, talk, just talk about indie comics and all the stuff that we're doing. But this was something that has been going on for, I guess, pretty much the last year and a half. And it affected pretty much everything we did and we were doing. And in a certain way, it still affects us now, because of this nonsense, because of this drama, we were finagled into printing books we probably would not have printed any, otherwise. And now it's like we're just trying to make the best out of a bad situation. And, me and Nita are not going to get into any, we're not going to get into any on the air details about it. Like I said, the videos are in the chat. You can, watch them at your leisure. If you have any questions, you can
feel free to ask.
You can ask us. You can DM us. We'll try to answer at least what we personally know of the situation. I was tangentially involved in the fact that I was the one that was working with the printer, helping JD with the printer to get these books printed. Right. So I know a lot of what happened. I was witness to a lot of what happened. But if you ask something that's a little bit more specific, that's a little outside of what I know, I will forward, I can send you to other people that you can talk to directly, right. Or I will forward. Right. It's like, but, you're not going to get hearsay. You're going to get all the information from the actual people who went through this. So that's So yeah, so that's really, it's like the long and the short of it.
Right. So tune in Wednesday night.
Right. Tune in Wednesday, and Randy will go through more of the detail of this. But yeah, but like I said, videos are in the chat. We're more than happy to answer questions behind the scenes. And that's pretty much it. And in the end, it's like, look, we're all grown ass adults. We're all going to take what we're going to get out of this information. And you know what? It's like, and then it's like, what you decide to do with that information is on you. Let me just put it that way. You know, so that's pretty much
oh my
kind
God,
of to deal with that. What happened?
I suddenly sense an evil presence.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Okay, so let's so drama aside, we're gonna put that's about as much of the drama, aside. I have been looking forward to this interview for a while. I've known about our next guest. Our guest coming up in the next half hour. I don't know. It's like for a while, I've been kind of intimidated to talk to her. I guess.
Not as scary as
right. But it's like, she's just, it's like I watched an interview with her. She was just really intense, and I'm like going, I want to talk to this woman, but I don't know if I can. But now I get my chance because she's mortal like the rest of us.
So she's not like the rest of us.
Well, but so we're just gonna show some love. And stay tuned because our guest for today is Christie Shinn, with her Demon Bitch book on crowdfunding right now. And I'm only saying crowdfunding because I forgot whether it's Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Kickstarter. I keep confusing the two. So let's show some love, and then we will return with Christie Shinn and find out more about
be right
her
back
campaign.
After these messages. Hang
There
tight,
we go.
motherfuckers.
Hang tight.
It's Monty Moore. I'm a 30-year comics veteran in comics, games, and movies, and you've been watching one of my absolute favorite podcasts, Catch the Craze.
You are watching Catch the Craze.
What am I listening to?
And you're listening to Catch the Craze.
Where are all the indies at? A Catch the Craze podcast.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Catch the Craze.
What are you going to do?
Subscribe now to Catch the Craze, the #1 show online for independent.
Have you subscribed to?
You are an independent. Catch the craze. Making moves on your own. Catch the craze. On your grind in the streets. Catch the craze. Join the movement. Catch the craze.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
And we are back, and joining us is going to be my favorite pedigree Korean. Ma'am.
Hello, welcome,
Hey.
welcome to our house. We vacuumed.
I didn't fucking yet. I'm getting ready for WonderCon on top of other shit.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
It's kind of cold in California today, and since we're such pussies for the weather, I decided Halloween was going to be a little early, so I dressed up like Billie Eilish.
Right, absolutely. No, it's cold here too. It's like 23 degrees outside, and it's like, it wasn't just like the first day of spring a couple of days ago. So it's like, okay, great.
I went in, and then you said you were intimidated. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I know, it's so stupid. It's like it's like I know I shouldn't be. But it's like, I don't know. I was watching this interview of yours, and it's like they were asking you about your inspirations. And for some reason, the fact that you had mentioned Caravaggio just kind of like, oh no.
It's like, the butt sex,
it's like, right, exactly, It's like, well, the Vatican got to get their jollies somewhere.
There was like a thing, like we were on Pop's show, we were like saying the worst Catholic jokes ever. And oh god, there was one called like, what did the two Catholic priests say when they walked into an orphanage?
Hold on, kids, y'all get off of here now. Dating the gun.
Right. Oh, do we need to put up the TVMA?
Oh god damn it! Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say fucking shit. I thought you.
No. Go ahead. It's like we pretty much give everybody the heads up from the beginning.
I did have my children tuning in for the first half this morning. Y'all can go now.
Yeah, like the thing is, like Nita and I, we've talked, and she heard all my shit, so it's like whatever. But it's funny. So two Catholic priests walk into an orphanage, and you know what they said to each other?
What?
Let us pray.
Like,
and there was like one person that really annoyed me to a point. Like, okay, Nita actually, when we've talked, I'm actually a really fucking patient person when it comes to people. Like, when I make fun of people in Demon Bitch, these are people like that just fucking came after me and came after. It's like, all right. You got it now.
Right.
So I found out like the person came from a Catholic family. So I was like going, oh, so the reason why you only exist is that your mom was Catholic?
Right.
Wow.
I get that from my mom, like that fucking mouth. It's like, I don't like to tune that into that if I can.
Right. So it's like, so let's talk about Demon Bitch for a little bit. So is this kind of like your the way you kind of purge all this free thought?
I don't know. I mean, it's like when I growing up, you're told you got to take the higher road, you got to do this, you got to do that, and the problem is that I don't have a problem with that. Like, I think that popping off and beating somebody's ass is not really conducive in this environment anymore.
Right, yeah.
I mean, in certain situations I can see, like, if somebody puts their hands on you, like, yeah, beat their ass. Just don't fucking touch me and shit. Don't, like, if they're obstructing you, leave me alone, type of thing. Yeah. I'm not for, like, just because somebody said something mean to you, you get to pop them in the mouth that way.
Although sometimes it would be nice to be able to do that.
You can't just pop anybody in the mouth anymore without worrying about spending 15 years in jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, I always say to myself, give it a day, and then this is not literal, but
that's Korean wisdom, because that's what Mary used to always say. Give it 24 hours. Every time. Like, it made me want to pop her in the mouth sometimes. Like,
no, but the thing is that you got to let it stew. Like a good casserole, you kind of let it slow cook, and then you like when you get past all the rage, the anger, and the ass beating desires, and then you just go full force, both barrels, and it's surgical. Like I've done that with people that have really tested me. I mean, Nita's known about some of them, so she knows. It's like just that whole fucking thing of you just it's kind of like you have to look at it like a military surgical strike.
Right.
And it's just like, just, okay, yeah, full out frontal assault would be nice, but you know what? Let's go and throw a couple of ICBMs your way in strategic position. So there's that too. So, but yeah, no, it's funny too, because I was telling somebody, it's like, wow, you can see people on the internet where they haven't gotten into a physical fight like ever, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like people that don't talk that much shit. It's like usually they've gotten into fights at school and shit.
Right.
So
yeah, and then it's like when you see that, and they talk all this shit, and then it's like you see them at a convention and they don't even want to come near you. They're like,
yeah, you're just like going, all right, bitch, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
right. It's like, yeah, you keep on going.
I'm gonna go fight a bitch. I'm gonna go over there. I'm like,
yeah, right, exactly. All of a sudden, they have nothing to say to you.
Yeah. It's just it's funny, but going back, with Demon Bitch, it's just like. So I was always told to take the high road, which really in our society, they taught it like you stuff it down.
Yeah.
You can't be mad. Don't let it ruin your day, blah, blah, blah. And it's like fucking bullshit because like one time I think what it is that you shouldn't let it mentally spiral out. Like you don't deserve good things throughout your day. Cause I got into kind of a fight with somebody close to me and they said kind of some shitty things and it's a family member. And I was kind of depressed through half the day, but that was because I realized like, okay, they said shitty things to me. but the rest of my day actually went well, and I appreciate it. It's just okay. I'm kind of depressed because they said shitty things, but that doesn't mean my day can't be good.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like we never teach that. So it's
Right.
like taking the higher road. Okay, I'm not going to go and beat somebody's ass because he looked at me sideways. But it's like, okay, take the higher road. Okay, just do it in a way that doesn't legally or physically hurt me. Okay.
And
So-
and drawing nasty pictures about them is probably the next best thing we can do.
Oh yeah, like Nita's seen some shit, and she just like,
Yeah, I mean, it's like who knew being a cartoonist would be this complicated, right? You know.
well, I did it for the Matt Groening because okay, so when I was a kid, my parents took me to Stanford. So being Asian, they want you to either go to Stanford, Harvard, Ivy
Right,
League,
yeah.
all this other fucking bullshit. At least when I grew up. So it was funny because I'm the black sheep where I'm the artist. Everybody else crunches numbers at my fucking like.
yeah,
I didn't get the math gene. Like it's funny because people said, "Oh, but your parents like your dad's a mechanical engineer. He designed nuclear reactors. Your mom, she does like realting, but she got a master's in physical organic chemistry."
Right, yeah.
And you know, like, so it must be great they could help you with math. And it's like, no, what the fuck's wrong with you? You
Yeah.
can't.
No, really.
So, but yeah, so she, so my mom went out of, so it's kind of one of those things. So they would take me to Stanford because we live near there because I'm from the Bay Area. And they would, so I went straight to the comic books. And, you know, underground comics is underground comics in college, no matter what.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that fuck that was. So I found Life in Hell from Matt Groening.
Oh no.
Opened it, and one of them is Work as Hell, I think. I think it was from Work as Hell. I have all the 3 books in the anthology, but I opened it and one of it says cartoonists and how to annoy them. And it said, it is unwise to annoy cartoonists. Actor and model and avant-garde thing. And when I was a kid, I didn't really understand, but now as an adult, being an artist, being all those things, it's like, oh, I fucking get it.
Right.
Hey, my evil bitch. Come here.
Right. Oh, there you go.
So he was sticking an ass in my face.
They all know where the camera is. That's what it is.
Oh, they're retention whores, cats.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the thing is, what I like about cats is that they're unmistakably themselves. They don't give a fuck.
No, they
no.
it's like whatever they want. That's what they're going to. That's what they're going to get.
Yeah, this one actually like hates everybody else but me, kind of.
There you go.
Yeah, but she's kind of a whore. Like she'll flop on the ground and roll in front of people, and then when they try to pet her, yeah, there's times I was tired of her shit. I said, "Get the fuck upstairs. I'm tired of your shit," and she just ran upstairs.
Right, because they know they do learn. They do learn. They like to pretend that. I'm not a dog, but they learn.
Yeah, the other one's just like a fucking big ramen noodle. Stan, he's around here somewhere. He's like, he reminds me of some guys I know. Anyway, but yeah, all right.
Well, well then. But yeah, because what was funny is that at my last job, once everyone was like big on like practical jokes and whatnot until they all learned I was a cartoonist, and then I became off limits. And they admitted it was because the last thing they wanted to see was me drawing them angry. It was me doing like, okay, if we get her angry, what are we going to end up looking like in her drawing? So yeah, it does work out a little bit. You know?
Well,
So
the funny thing is like the women that pick fights with me, the assholes that end up getting in my book, they're usually smaller than me too, which is hilarious.
yeah. I mean, that's always so I was looking through your campaign and the thing and the cover that actually got me was the demon bitch triggered. And what's funny is that what stood out for me about this is that, you know, like triggered has become like one of those words where it's like people just completely use them for anything. And most of the time when I see people use the word triggered, it's usually like, you know, like friggin' edgelord comedians who it's like they're talking about how they're going to trigger you. Oh, am I triggering you? Am I triggering you? But then it's like the way the context is on this image is like, no, that's me. So whatever it is you're doing, stop doing that, you know, it's that type of thing. And I'm kind of wondering like, is there like a story behind that, or it's just like just after a while, all whatever nonsense people throw at you. I mean, it's like, it really does end up affecting you on a certain level.
I think Oh, this guy's saying my last ex was 4'9". I can confirm and vouch for it. I don't know what it is. They always fuck with the taller people. I'm 5'5".
Okay.
But, anyway, going back to the question, not derailing. I think for me, anger in women grows exponentially the shorter they get to concentrate. It boils down. Hey, Amaris. I'm also kind of tired. I rolled out of bed like at 7, and I did that live, like promoting you guys. But for me, okay, so I kind of do a lot of personal work too. So I kind of like go into self-work about it. I think like as an artist, you kind of have to do that, or as a creative type. I can't speak for writers. I mean, I do write, but I'm not primarily coming from that standpoint. Maybe I should own it. I don't know. I've written and created my own shit. But the thing is that for me, I actually welcome trigger points sometimes because it helps me address my own shit. So I don't get, it doesn't layer up. I've noticed like when you've been traumatized, you layer up. Yeah. So you could explode at somebody and it has something to do, some mean shit that your mom said to you, like when you were 5. So I think people are worried about getting triggered. And I'm kind of at this point, Christy just did the triggered eyes. That's hilarious. But the triggered bit is that, you know, we should actually kind of welcome triggers because it helps us address our own shit. And number 2, I mean, I did trigger because like, here I am, I'm stuck at home for the last 2 years of quarantine and everybody's fucking hyper reactive about fucking everything. It's like the news doesn't help. So it's like this with COVID. It was like, okay, everybody kind of has stage 1 cancer, right? Right. Here, but it's getting taken care of. And then imagine somebody over your ear saying, you're going to die, bitch, repeatedly all the time. So that's why I kind of hate the news because they're supposed to be information. Supposed to be. Yeah. But they didn't. They just layered all this other shit on top and then everybody just got fucking hyper inflamed. Well, I'm kind of zen because the year prior to COVID, I had a pancreatic tumor. It had pits. It was like 2-3 inch cysts. They were 6. It was a 6-inch tumor. Like I had gained a lot of weight because it fucked with my metabolism. It fucked with my moods. Now I wasn't like going all over the place, but it really didn't help my moods. It didn't help my thought process because I literally had like after I was recovering, literally a film like just peeled from my brain. And so after having that near death, it was like this. It was like I was invited to play Russian roulette with my health twice. Wow. And I just like had to do this both times. Like the first time, oh yeah, we think you might have cancer. They didn't come out and say it, but they'll have words to say it, like you have a malignancy. And because most pancreatic tumors are cancerous when they find them, but mine was at 3 to 5%. That was immediately, but it was going to be 100% if I'd left it in there. Right. And then the next one was you're going to get diabetes after this. You don't have that, so it's like it's almost the whole thing.
What's funny is that because 2019, I guess, was a test because 2019 was also when I went through. Well, it's like my own family, we had a cancer scare, and we kind of went through that whole thing. And luckily, it's like it kind of like just as that ended, then the whole COVID thing started. So
yeah, ain't just a bitch. Like, yeah, that's how you feel.
And the thing is, it's like there are people in hospitals, like not necessarily for us. It wasn't necessarily doctors, but the nurses that sometimes you think they get off on giving you that bad news.
Really? Wow, that's fucked up. Like I've heard stories like that, but
yeah, I mean. Yeah, it was just, so it's like, so I guess like depending on the context of how they said, it's like, oh, it may be malignant or something like that. It's kind of like, okay, are you enjoying this?
No, like seriously, think about like when Mare got her diagnosis, when she went in for the biopsy, they told us 3 days. And then that 3 days turned into almost 3 fucking weeks before we got an answer.
Right.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, it's weird because I think doctors and everything. Sorry, my nose is itchy. You know, it's kind of a complex. I in my family, I have doctors, so it's kind of like you get the shitty doctors and you get the good doctors. I was lucky enough to have a team to work on my shit, and the doctor, like, he was done fucking doing a Whipple. Like, if you ever look up the Whipple Koch procedure, like literally depending on what side the tumor is on your pancreas, depends on what the fuck they reroute and remove. So I don't have a gallbladder anymore. And the funniest thing was like I got really depressed not having one. Like I missed it. Like, it didn't do anything wrong. Why the fuck you take it out, you know? And before the surgeon knew me, I said, yeah, could you take a picture of my tumor when you take it out? And you just gave me this weird look.
Right.
So I don't have a pic. But then when he got to know me, because I follow up with him every so often. Yeah, but it's just like the nurses I had, like they were really.
He'd have known you. He'd have gave you your tumor.
Right. Yeah, exactly, in a jar.
Well, I gave him the pancreas tits pin. He thought that was great, you know. But yeah, they had to reroute it where they cut down the lower part of my stomach because it shared the blood supply with the head of the pancreas, and they yanked up the small intestine and stuck everything on the side, and then they stuck my pancreas at the end.
So you're like, so it's like you're all like all Tetris inside, right?
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. Like, you know, needing to take a dump, like that felt different.
Oh.
You know, learning how to eat again. I mean, it's not that I couldn't physically eat; it's just it felt different. And like getting like stuffed on my stomach actually hurts and drains more than getting stuffed. Like if you just had a regular stomach, it feels different. It fucking drains you. It's not great. And but again, I'm not trying to be like, oh well, you know, my life sucks so bad, and like,
right,
you know, it's just a different adjustment because they've cut it up and everything. Right. But I've gotten used to it. It's fine, you know.
Now having that experience, and then like comparing, like, did it change the way you view like the nonsense that does happen online with everybody being hypersensitive or whatnot? Because it's like, hey, I had an actual life or death experience. You're just a voice on the internet type of thing.
I mean, it kind of gave me this thing of like, I don't really give a fuck. And it made me laugh at them. I mean, one time I said the word retarded. Like I said, tell those assholes that they're retarded because these guys are being jerks.
Right.
And then one woman came forward and said, I find that ableist. So I ignored her and I laughed because I think she cried because I didn't answer her online.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's like people just, I mean, you know, and that's the thing too, because it's like, that's the type of thing that I never hear in person. You know, it's like that. It's sometimes I wonder just like how completely exclusive online this stuff is. And then like once you're in the real world, it's like all of a sudden they know how to talk normally.
Yeah, well, it's like funny because like, to the retard thing, like the thing is that okay, if you get so pissed about that word, take moron and idiot out of that too, because they're both psychological IQ terms.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like fuck you for getting in my face.
Right.
Like somebody said, oh yeah, like my kid thinks that retarded is a bad word. I'm like, oh well. I mean, I'm not going to insult the kid. I'm not going to do stupid shit like that because it's like, all right, you know, they're a kid, you know.
Right.
Well, then your kid doesn't need to be watching me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever, you know. I mean, it's just I know like kids are raised, and I think we were the same way too. We're raised with a sense like trying to be compassionate, but we're learning how to be compassionate in a healthy way.
Right.
Like it's funny, like you were saying, like I was intimidated by her and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not running around being an asshole there.
Well, I don't know. It's like, look, I really don't know. It's like I don't know. It was just like one of these things where it's just like, oh, she's really intense and this, that. Like you're very unapologetic for what you say, for the cartoons that you draw, and like I said, like even hearing that, like, oh, what were your inspirations? And you mentioned Caravaggio when I was used to so many people saying, oh, Todd McFarlane. You know, it's like,
I mean, Todd McFarlane deserves it, but I mean, it's funny because it's like I just like people when they ask me that question, it's like it's such a you know. Many layered thing. Bacillus still in halfwit is a bit risky when speaking with other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I like Salvador Dali because he was a personality, but he also had talent at the same time.
Yeah, right.
And thirdly, he liked fucking with people. Like,
yes,
yeah,
he
very
did.
weird,
Yeah,
but he
really
loved fucking with people. And there were stories of him doing all sorts of crazy shit and everything, and it's just like the guy like was unapologetically himself.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he did things that I wouldn't necessarily agree with in terms of like how he lived his life, in terms of like I don't know if that really worked, but
right,
you know, to each their own. But I mean, it's kind of funny, like people ask me to like, I think also I don't have a problem when people ask me a hard question like, oh, should we cancel people, blah blah blah. I said, okay, if you're talking about Picasso, the motherfucker's dead, he's not going to care,
right?
So I don't know, you do whatever.
Yeah,
but as a living person, if they've really been found out doing shitty things, like really awful things, I can understand that. But I mean, what kind of sucks is like I've been on both ends where I've been a target of sexual harassment and all that other shit. So I get it. But at the same time, I see how other people, when they come forward, some people, they ruin it for people for what it happened. Yeah. Like, I think there was like some people, like some women in comics that came out, email leaked out, and they said, oh yeah, I filed a sexual harassment suit just to a fake one to get ahead. And I'm like,
What? Yeah, I know. It's like
Thank you
thanks
for
a lot.
discrediting all of us. Bitches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, people wonder like why the fuck anybody would like go and do that. It's like, I don't know, the shit people do for attention.
Yeah.
A lot more women do it, and I know that's not going to be a popular ass thing, but I ran into it too many times for me to fucking go, oh yeah, no, men do it too. I'm sure men do it. I mean, we've seen that happen.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot more proportionally is like women doing it, which really sucks because there's a lot of women that go through the real shit.
Right.
And it's weird because like I've been the target of like, it's funny because men aren't the ones that victim shame me in terms of that shit. It's usually the other women and women that go like, well, I am uber this and this, and I'm uber feminist and blah blah blah, and then they're the first ones to tell you it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Consistently. And so whenever I hear fucking chicks do that, I'm like, stay the fuck away from me, bitch.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say, women should not be shamed. Women should not. I understand that, but when you go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, like some of the SJW types, calling out like as I see it, I don't belong to one side or another. I'm just like going, when I see those bitches say that shit, and I don't have any love for them because they were the ones that turned on me. Not those particular ones, but those type have turned on me when I have gone through my stuff.
Yeah.
When it's like, wait a minute, I fucking went through it. And you guys are saying that you're supposed to be there for me and that women get fucked.
Right.
But then you're the ones that are turning around backstabbing me. Fuck you.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unfortunately we have to go into that. But it's like, I'm calling it out because it's fucking bullshit. It's like, don't fucking go on and on about, oh, how terrible it is. And then the moment a woman is victimized, you turn on her.
Right.
Oh, whatever the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
And then wonder why they remain silent.
Well, yeah, because I remember that there was, I guess it's like there was a particular editor that was like very known for his, sexual harassment, and that literally it got to a point where they just said that no women were allowed to be alone in his office or something.
Yeah, that's
and
kind of
instead of getting rid of him, they had to come up with this stupid rule. And there was this one woman who was talking about how he beat her and threw her on a desk and or whatever, and like and another woman came up in the chat going, "Oh, I know exactly what you mean. He yelled at me once."
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're like, oh,
like that was comparable. Like that was comparable. And it was just like, honey, are you actually trying to latch your bullshit onto this woman's real experience? Really?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hate that, and I really hate that shit. And to be quite fair, what kind of pisses me off about this whole thing is that I have been noticing, and again, it could be just my experience, but a lot of women fucking psych themselves out.
Yeah.
Because I had a mom that became the top 5% seller in real estate in Silicon Valley. She had to work hard at that shit. Like as a realtor, you start from ground nothing fucking anything. You have to build yourself up. Okay. My mom, she had partnered with other guys, but guys like would not go. But it's like when she would say, "Oh, this guy's a jerk," she wouldn't go, "Oh, because I'm a woman." She's like, "Oh, he's an asshole" or something.
Right.
Like, she wouldn't even go that strong. She's like, "Oh, he's a jerk. I didn't like working with him because A, B, and C."
Right.
But I think like sometimes when I hear the younger generation or some of our generation, they go like, "Well, I can't be in there. I can't succeed. It's a man's world," and blah blah blah. It's like, I've actually don't come in there with that attitude. I just said, you know what, I'm here to just do my thing.
Right.
Fuck off if you don't like it.
Right.
And it took me years to do because I kind of had to grow up apologizing for my own fucking self. I think a lot of women, that's the problem. What we do is like women raise women sometimes to apologize for themselves way more than men make us do, in my experience. Like my dad had no problem with having daughters, and he's from Korea, right? My mom and dad are from Korea. He's totally fine with having daughters. There's like, I have a sister, right? And I'm not saying misogyny doesn't happen or any of that shit doesn't happen, but it's not like the 60s or the 50s or any of that bullshit, right? So for me, I'm kind of going like, I'm me, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And I looked at it as an individual for myself rather than going like, well, I'm going to go and fucking think that every guy's out to get me. Most of my friends are guys. Only recently have I started becoming really good friends with a lot of women because a lot of fucking women for a long time were real fucking fucked up to me.
They
And
still are. They still are. I'm very picky with the females I associate.
You know, yeah,
with.
and there's a lot of this that we still internalize that to this day we're still trying to like get over. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, yes, it happens, but don't psych yourself out
Right,
all the
yeah.
time.
Mhm.
That's not in a good position. Then
Yeah.
you're going to have, this is kind of what I learned from my own personal experience. All the fucking people predate on you if you do have that mentality.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, because
I'm
they
not
kind of
trying
like
to-
they pick up on it and go, oh, it's like, you know, like I don't know, it's kind of like that whole once a victim, always a victim, because you're kind of like projecting that somehow, and they're picking up on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
it's kind of weird.
well, it's kind of like that whole wild animal thing. Like, you know, they pick out the young and the weak.
Yeah.
And the sick.
Yeah.
They just can sense it. I don't know if they can smell the disease or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm kind of like at this point now where it's like, you know, it's kind of funny. It's like now I got elected president of CAPS, Comic Arts Professional
Which
Society.
is awesome. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing hybridized in Zoom in meeting calls. We're going to try to shoot that for that in April since we're opening back up here in California. And it looks like it's going well. I don't know if it will be on schedule, but we'll see.
Right.
Fingers crossed. I got a good crew. I've got a good board that got elected along with me. They're all willing to help.
Cool.
I mean, we started a social media section because, you know, this group has been around since 1977. It was founded by Sergio Aragonés and a few really key cartoonists. Let me actually throw that up there too. I should actually do that. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm on kind of a wiki page now, and I never thought that would happen. And here it is. It's like, it's kind of funny. I'm like the ultimate rebel because I'm in underground comics and shit, and here I am. I got fucking elected to this position.
Right. Yeah. It's like you're now like officially part of the. I guess. Well, you're kind of running it, so it's like...
You're topsoil now. You're not underground.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like weird because it's like, as I said, like most of these guys, like the rest of the board are dudes, like they're guys. But it's like, I don't think about that as like a bad thing. Like, honestly, like a lot more times when I've worked with people, I liked men better. Working with men better because sometimes, like, especially in corporate, the women fucking, they're assholes to each other.
They're too busy leaning in. And unfortunately, they lean in all over you.
Yeah, it's just like, goddamn, bitch, you know, like whatever. But it's like, but I mean, I'm not saying there aren't cool women where I've worked. There are. It's just, unfortunately, you just kind of know the ones to kind of stay the fuck away from for the most part because they're just the loud, annoying, obnoxious ones.
They're the loudest.
Right.
Like
Now,
I mean,
so,
I've told Nita some stories there. Like,
and some of these stories actually, they actually link into these cartoons that you do for Demon Bitch. Now these were on Webtoons originally, right?
Yeah, they're still on Webtoon. I actually I still do Webtoon. Like, I release it every Wednesday. For me right now, so it's like this. I have a Patreon, but I've kind of been bad on it because I've been running this fucker right here. Things. But it's pretty good. So right now we're at 2064. So for me, we're almost at 30%, and I just opened this up last Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
My personal thing, guys, if this can happen today, and it will be a miracle from God himself, but if I can fund this fucker before WonderCon, that's just my own personal.
Oh, right.
Yeah, just as though it's like the rest of it's gravy and I can make a lot more Demon Bitch stuff.
Right.
But I mean, you know, as I said, I'm just kind of like, as I said, it does leak in. Like, if you guys go into the project story.
Oh, yeah. Actually, why don't we play the video? Let's play the video.
I'll let you guys play the video.
Uh-huh.
Hello all, it's me again, Christie Shinn, owner of Horror Tourist Studios, located in smoggy old Los Angeles, California. I'm the creator of Demon Bitch, a godforsaken demon from the 13th pit of hell, where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. She aspires to be hell's general, but is an incredible idiot as Armageddon hasn't happened yet. Or hasn't. Well, that's a debate for another time. Demon Bitch is so easily distracted by hard drugs, promiscuous sex, and other dumb attention-seeking shit that she hasn't made anything of herself yet. You might recall my other successful Kickstarter campaigns, Demon Bitch, I Told You So, and Demon Bitch Off the Wagon Panhandling Tour. And if you help contribute to making those campaigns, thank you, because there's more. In this installment, I am introducing a new graphic novel of hers called Triggered. What can I say? That pretty much describes the state of the world in the past 2 years. Anyway, it's a compilation of when Demon Bitch was stuck inside my very house and I had to do everything in my power to keep from going nuts. Also, we've got a computer game in the mix entitled Demon Bitch Disgusting Dumpster Fire. It's a game centered around Demon Bitch getting, well,
attention. She always needs more. It's your job to get her some and fulfill that black hole she has inside of herself unless she learns to love herself. Fuck that. You'll have to maintain it by getting her likes on social media, by acting pathetic through dishonest means and stupid antics, of which I'm sure is pretty amusing to everyone. Anyway, the first level of this game will be available to beta test by July 2022. We're working feverishly on it on our own self-induced slave labor camps, and we're probably going to break down and cry soon. And of course, we are introducing more swag and buyable shit to make the deal sweeter. First of all, we have art from the pair at Hyde Hermit Studios. They provided the best ever fucking artwork for this stuff to buy. We have the Tamabichi pins and original art by Ninja Kai via aka Connie Huang. Just looking at her stupid fucking face will make you want one. We have Demon Tiki shit in both a patch and sticker by Dallas Hoisington. He really loves this shit. Please get it because it will make him so happy. And I like making people happy. Last but not least, we also have artwork in the form of a charm pin from Mary Zorlita Bellamy. Remember Animu Demon? That will now be a charm to grace your purse, your backpack, and your legal sack of goods. I'm not getting into that because I ain't no snitch. Also, we will showcase a signed 3-print pack of which you can buy each one separately of Demon Bitch being, well, Demon Bitch. We also have stretch goals. Past a certain point, we will make triggered into a hardcover option, as well as pasties and maybe some magnets or whatever I can pull out of my ass at the last minute if this thing explodes. Either way, it will be fun. Imagine having Demon Bitch magnet on your fridge. Well, maybe not. Either way, I've been good at getting the shit to you folk. Back me again for another hell-laden and dysfunctional ride to the literary side, and may your temperature rise with the tide.
Wow. That was amazing. Man. Well, so here we are at the top of the hour. It's like, you know what? It's like we definitely could have gone on for like hours on this. And so we definitely have to bring you back another time, to continue this conversation. But so here we go. So Demon Bitch on Kickstarter.
Back this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Back it. Let's get her funded, but before WonderCon. When is WonderCon anyway?
It'll actually be happening April 1st to the 3rd. I have to head down on Thursday to set up. I just like heading down Thursday because like it's from Friday to Sunday, and fucking I just don't like dealing with crowds, and I like to settle into myself.
Oh yeah.
Like I know people go like, "Oh, you're intense." I said, "Yes, but I don't need to be intense 24 fucking 7."
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Like, being like, intense and being stressed are two different things.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like this asshole that goes like, "Fuck." Like, and it's funny because it's like one time I was actually at a store for one of my first signings with Demon Bitch. And like I had brought chocolates for everybody because I like to thank people, like do little things. Like that's how I was raised. And one of the guys said, "Wow, you're really nice."
Aww.
And I'm like, and I wasn't an asshole to anybody at all. Like if you guys meet me in person, like Nita and I, we've talked, and like you're pretty cool. You probably like when you interact with me, it's just like I was just like okay. It's just when they say you're really intense as a person. I'm like. I am like I guess I did because it's like one interview I went on this whole rant about how stupid it was for people to cancel Crumb at this moment.
Oh yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
And it was like, so funny. Yeah, it was so funny because people were like going, it's like everybody's kind of afraid to say it, and it's just I guess it's like, honey, I cheated death. I've lived through COVID.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Come at me, bro.
And they're like that. So.
Right. I guess it's kind of like it's a combination of seeing the type of work that you do, and then it's like maybe like sometimes like formal interviews can be too formal, and then it's like it's like we're kind of assuming things about artists that we shouldn't. I mean, it's like I said, it's like we're all mortal here. We're all human. It's like we're just people, It's kind of like, it always reminds me of watching Tim Visual walk around a convention. There was a convention we were at, and he was walking around with his badge backwards. Because he didn't want people to know who he was. Because I guess people look at his artwork and assume way too much about him. And he really is like a nice guy.
I mean, like I had people tell me like, wow, you're actually pretty normal for the stuff you draw because the people that I know that draw that stuff are fucked up in the head. And I'm like, Okay. But I mean,
Okay.
like the thing is, what's weird is I've met people that draw like really fucked up shit,
Right.
and they're actually pretty normal. But the people that draw the pretty cute shit,
Yeah.
a lot more of them are fucked up and they have problems.
Yeah.
Like
Those
I
are
have anxiety about fucking everything, and this makes my whole world better. And it's
right. And those are usually the same people who insist that everybody has to be like them and have to be. Oh, it's like if you do like even a smidge of porn, it's like you're like, oh, you're a bad person and this, that, and the
You're
other
a dirty
thing.
whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirty
Or
whore.
it's like, oh, if you read Lolita, you're a deviant or something. I mean, they really go overboard.
I actually read all like the fucked up novels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I have Jorge Bataille. That's the story of the eye.
Oh my god, that
yeah,
that is degenerate right there. I have that fucking book, and I read it. I was like, oh god damn. So I read all of the Jorge Bataille. It's like,
right, yeah,
man, that is a product of French bleakness that I never fucking thought I'd ever.
For real. It was just like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, but that's. I guess it's like that's how we enjoy ourselves.
I mean, the thing is that okay. Oh, somebody back. Let me see.
Oh,
by
thank
the way,
you.
you guys back.
Oh,
you get like a custom fucking rude fucking shit from me. Like,
oh, okay, there you go.
I just want to tell you guys, on top of all the other shit you get, I actually like writing personalized thank you notes.
She does, and they're offensive as fuck.
Yeah, it's just like, I just say that, like, I'll say like, oh yeah, you got the digital reward, that's good, but you have to understand she tag teamed Avast and Norton and she still got brought home viruses, like she got fucked like a pair of Chinese finger cuffs. Oh, can I say that? Oh wait, never mind, I'm Asian. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's funny because like one of the board members, he's a punk rocker and I didn't know that. And he actually said, I had no idea that you were so knowledgeable about the underground comic scene and punk. And I'm like, I never made a secret about it, but I guess I just didn't mention a lot.
Right, yeah.
So it was like funny. That was me. I back you. Thank you, Imperium.
Thank you very much for backing. But yeah, we definitely have to bring you back. Well, you still have 38 more days to go, so we'll see how that goes. Or you'll always have a campaign, so you're always welcome on the show. Next time we're gonna have to give you more time though, because like I said, we can keep going.
Shit, this beats day drinking and all that,
Full day.
So
yeah, how I've advertised you guys.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. It was brought a tear to my eye. So tell the people where they can find you outside of this Kickstarter.
Oh goddamn! I'm going to be at WonderCon. I'm going to be at E54, E for Ernie, and I will be in Artist Alley. Okay, but you can find me on my link tree. Actually, let me give that to you.
Oh yeah, so everything Nita will put in the show notes.
Yep, it'll be in the show notes before it's published.
Yeah. So, and I'm planning to probably run another Kickstarter later on in the year, but actually for something serious, like for Sepulchre, my comic book, if I finish it. And I'm actually doing some tarot cards too, called the Murder Ballad Tarot Cards, because I actually like that album from Nick Cave. And yeah, it was loosely based on it. I'm not saying that it is, but it's just, it has a certain palette and everything. Right. But going back, yeah, I'm just like really excited about it, especially this Kickstarter. I mean, this has gone actually better than any Kickstarter that I have. Okay. And I've always successfully funded. If you guys look at my back record, and I've also been really good at fulfilling shit. But yeah, so it's just that I'm really pleased at how it's going. Like I'm at fucking, I think it's 30% now. Let me see. Mm-hmm. But
well, you still have plenty of time to to fund.
No,
so.
It has to be funded now.
Oh, it has to be. Well, you know what? You're right too, because then that way you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, do it now. That's gonna be funded right now. Absolutely.
Like I was raised Korean, so we're fucking just notoriously impatient about fucking everything. I mean, I'm sure Nita understood that about Meredith. You're like,
oh yeah,
Meredith is like half Korean, right? She's half Korean.
Yeah, half Korean.
And so she only had half the impatience.
But she'd tell you, I am a super patient woman. One of the first things she ever told me is, I want to get you on an episode of a show that I'm not even going to give a clout to right now. And she's like, but this is in the future. The future was like the next day. Oh. Swear to God.
Well, technically she was correct.
It was the future, but she said this that's not now, that's right. In the future. And then the next fucking day I get a StreamYard link and I'm like, I had just dyed my eyebrows fucking hot pink and I had streaks across my forehead.
Oh no.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I got a StreamYard link. And I'm so like, what is this? And she's like, you're supposed to be live in an hour. And I'm like, Oh.
Technically, it was the future. I mean, come on, she wasn't wrong.
No,
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but, I mean,
yeah. Yeah, so there you go. So all the links will be in the show notes. Again, let's see if we can get her funded before WonderCon, so she doesn't have to. One less thing for her to worry about.
Yes, no more
So if you're also interested in any of my work after the show, you can head on over to my portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. And catch me on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, for my Wednesday live streams as well. Nita, where can the people find you?
I'm around.
Every Monday, maybe every Monday and Friday, maybe.
Yes. Mondays and Fridays, you can find me right here, Ragin with Daphne. Let's see, you can find me as at C_chaos 24/7 on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, but I'm mostly using that as a directory these days. I am on the cesspool that is Twitter.
Right. So there we have it. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And as usual, eat your food, stay hydrated, moisturize, mind your business.
Right.
Yeah,
just don't be greasy.
Yeah, don't be greasy. Yeah, exactly. You have to wait for that to soak in, because then you can't touch your screen, your phone screen. And also remember, do the work, because when you do the work, you never ever have to fake your accomplishments. And one last thing too, if you spend money to take up graphic design and your Photoshop skills are so crappy that you can't even get it past an FBI trained professional, you may want to get your money back. So,
gold bitch. What up?
So, on that note, we'll see you on Friday.
And hit the button.
Hit the button.